Oh man, so Phantom is forming a bullish pattern from a technical perspective, but Bitcoin and the wider stock market and macroeconomic outlook is still giving us cause for concerns. Will these factors be the downfall for Phantom, or can Phantom continue to show strength? We're going to take a look in this video. So first, let's head straight into the Bitcoin chart because we know we need to take a look at the wider market. And first and foremost, let me just pull this up. As you can see here on Bitcoin, we're managing to hold the 36,500 mark. It was sitting at 36,500 before the markets opened. The future indices were showing negative. We had the Nasdaq futures showing minus 2%, which is really important because that is the tech sector, right? That index shows all your tech stocks, and Bitcoin has been correlated to the Nasdaq over the last few weeks, which shows that when risk is off, Bitcoin takes a hit. Okay, so we can see now in the market, if we flick on over, we can see the Dow is down 1.2%. You've got S&P down 1.63% at the time of recording, and Nasdaq indeed is down 2.18%. You've got the IMF forecasting cuts in the global growth forecast, which is all weighing down on sentiment right now. We can flick over to the fear and greed index and see we're sitting at 12, 13 yesterday. There's a lot of fear in this market. But the good news is, and if you've not watched my Bitcoin video, go and watch the video I posted previously to this. I'm going to make sure we post a Bitcoin video every single day, even if it gets less views, because look, the market is going to follow Bitcoin right now. So I'm going to move on to the Phantom chart very shortly and show you the technical pattern. But it'd be ignorant of us to not monitor the wider market. So I'm going to be bringing in a lot more macroeconomic elements and a lot more Bitcoin analysis to aid our decisions through this volatile market. I was here last year when Bitcoin fell all the way from 64 levels to the 29 levels. So trust me, I know how to hold through that process, and I'll be here guiding you guys with updates. So make sure you hit the like button and subscribe. Can we get 150 likes on this video, guys? 150 likes. Smash up the likes to make sure more people are seeing these video guys, because at the moment, YouTube is still recommending the same old channels, guys, with the same old mindset, with the same old view of promoting leverages and risky trades. Here, if you want to build a sustainable route to crypto, smash up the likes and join this community, guys, because we'll do it in a pragmatic way. We're not here to pump a coin. You won't hear me saying Phantom to the moon. Everything is done from technical analysis and fundamental analysis and just me sharing my honest view and what I see in a transparent manner. Okay, so Bitcoin holding up really well here. As you will be able to see in that video, if you watch that video, the critical level is the 32 level, which we've managed to avoid here on Bitcoin, and then below that is 29, guys. Make sure you write that down on a post-it note. We cannot lose that 29 level. If we lose that 29 level on a weekly basis here on Bitcoin, we would be creating a lower low, and that would set us in for a longer-term downward trend from a technical perspective. Now, we managed to create the higher high. Remember, this initial high took us to about 64,000. The higher high took us to 69. We need to create a higher low, and the higher low just means turning around and heading back up before 29. Really important that we can do that, and that could continue our upward trend here. So you can see here we've started off this week pretty good. We're in the green here. Obviously we wicked down to lows, but we've managed to recover a lot of those, and it's a good weekly candle here. On the hourly, you can see here we're hovering quite nicely. But the important catalyst is coming tomorrow, because tomorrow we know that the Fed Chairman Jerome Powell is going to speak after his FOMC meeting, and the whole market, the stock market, and therefore the crypto market will be paying attention. If he comes out and gives us support to say he's not going to damage the economy, if he puts to bed rumors of there being 4 rate hikes of 0.5% each, this will then allow us to create that U-turn and start heading higher here on the market. If he comes out in a hawkish tonality and not a dovish tonality, that could spook the market to the downside. So we have to keep an eye on these catalysts. We cannot just be like, oh, Bitcoin's to the moon, Bitcoin's going to reverse, this is the floor. Let's pay attention to the macro markets. Let's understand how things operate, and then make our actions based on the data we have at the time. So we need to wait for that data to come out. And don't be surprised if we hear bad data. We could be back here testing at 32 and maybe even 30. Okay, so we need to pay attention to that. So what are we seeing in the Phantom charts? I'm going to pull up the Phantom charts. Guys, make sure you're smashing up the like buttons if you appreciate these Phantom technical updates, because we've just created this W pattern, or double bottom pattern, if you want to call it that. You remember in yesterday's video we said we were fluctuating between our support lines at 179, we had 194, and the 237 marks, which we have drawn for ages, guys. Any of you been watching these updates, we've had these support lines here. We know these are important levels for Phantom, and you can see we continue to respect and obey these levels, and now we're back sitting, hovering just above 237 mark. We're at the 243 mark here right now. And the important thing for us now, if I head over to the 5-minute candle, is we want to be able to retest this support line from a technical perspective and then head higher. Let me zoom back out. So if I show you from this perspective, we want to get this breakout, we want to retest, and then we want to head higher. And the technical price target, if you take the measured move here, will then give you a target at about $2.97, call it $3. So if everything goes positively, if we get a good, and this is where we tie in fundamentals, guys, because a lot of people would just draw this technical pattern and say, we're going to go to $3, right? Place your leverage trade. We know the YouTubers that are doing that. Now, the important thing is you need to take these technicals and you need to tie them up with the fundamentals. And the fundamentals, as I've just explained, are the wider crypto market is following Bitcoin. Bitcoin is following the NASDAQ. NASDAQ is following the wider scene, which is looking at the macroeconomic outlook and waiting for Fed Chairman Jerome Powell to give his sentiment and whether it's hawkish or dovish tomorrow. Okay, so this pattern, very unlikely to play out if Jerome Powell comes out in a hawkish tonality, right? Because the NASDAQ is going to fall, Bitcoin's going to fall, the market's going to be spooked, and therefore you can't expect an altcoin of this market cap to start continuing on its bullish pattern, okay? So we need to hold that with a pinch of salt. Now, enough of the doom and gloom. Let's speak about some of the positives, because yesterday, you remember I showed you on DeFi Llama that Phantom was now third in the total value locked reports, okay? So you can see we flipped Binance, we're ahead of Avalanche, we're ahead of Solana, which we flipped a little while ago, and now you're closing the heels on Terra Luna. So this is without pool 2 sitting at about 12 billion and Terra is sitting at 16 billion. But look at the rate of growth. Terra fell 14% in the last 7 days, whereas Phantom grew 50%. If we repeat that over the next 7 days, that gap is going to narrow very quickly. And this is amazing growth for Phantom, and just goes to show that people are searching for yields right now. In a tough market, people are looking for good APYs and they're looking to stake in profitable areas. And Phantom is proving that right now they're the king of DeFi as it goes, right? So you're looking at Phantom transactions here surpass Ethereum's on Monday had 1.1 million transactions. Phantom had 1.2 million. Again, just further testament to the fact that people are looking for APY in this market. We spoke about yesterday how Andre Cronje's little game around launching his tokens for solid, whatever it's called. He said he's only going to do it to the top 20 projects locked on TVL on DeFi Llama, right, on the Phantom network. Now, we spoke how that could naturally lead to a little bit of a cooling off in TVL and a little bit of a sell-off, but long term, this was a really clever gateway drug, a really clever hack to get people to set themselves up on the Phantom ecosystem, see what the APYs are, set up their wallets, transact on the network, see what the transactions per second are. I mean, look at this. So it's currently trading at 8 transactions per second on Phantom, whereas Ethereum is currently at 2 transactions per second. That's a 4x improvement, okay? It's real, it's tangible, people are using it, okay? If we also look here, I mean, this meme pretty much sums it up, right? We've heard, we'll come on to that meme in a second, actually, because we'll look at this, because Crypto Man Ran from Crypto Banter has said he thinks Phantom is on the list of coins which are going to be listed on Coinbase. Great news. If we head over to, we can cover this off later, but Google are launching in the blockchain space, which is great news. Fine. But what I wanted to show you is, where did I put it? Here it is. Grayscale. Because Grayscale have posted a little report on which coins and assets they have under consideration. And as you can see, Phantom has made the cut. And there's no reason why, when you're DeFi, you're third in the DeFi total value locked, that the likes of Coinbase aren't listing you and Grayscale aren't considering you. They will. The notoriety will come. The attention will come. And that's why I had this meme up, because this is the reality, right? As people, we've been talking about Phantom from, less than $1 when it was at cents. We're monitoring it on this channel here. And as you can see, people will start to FOMO in when we're at all-time highs. But for some reason, when we're at this level, who has the conviction, who has the belief, who's looking at the fundamentals and going, hang on a second, this really is an undervalued project. I'm going to buy the dip when others are fearful, when fear and greed index is at 12. I really believe Phantom is a good project. I can see this really propelling when Bitcoin gets a move on. And I can see that that's the evidence. I'm going to put my money where my mouth is. Those are the ones who are going to build out great positions, and those are the ones who are going to do well with Phantom. And I think that that's something else we've been speaking about for a while here on this channel now, is look at the clues. The clues are when Bitcoin has brief momentary rallies, what are your favorite altcoins doing? Are they moving at the rate Bitcoin is? Are they moving less than Bitcoin is? Or are they moving at a multiple of the rate? And again, if you just glance down here, you can see that Phantom is up 7% today, whilst Bitcoin is relatively flat in the market. This is amazing strength, guys. Because let's put this into perspective, guys. I already shared with you, if we look at the daily chart here on Phantom, and we bring out our EMA ribbon, you can see here, we're almost closing back. We're almost closing the ribbon back, on our EMA ribbon. And if we get above here on Phantom at above 250 and close, we're back bullish on our EMA ribbon. To put that into perspective, look where Bitcoin is on the same chart. Nowhere near. Massive extension to the downside. So it's phenomenal that given that Phantom had such a big run, it's continuing to show strength, which just goes to show how undervalued the project is. And again, if you haven't watched my video, which is titled The Most Important Phantom Video You Will Watch in 2021, I implore you to go back and watch that video. Everything I said in that video is super still valid today. Make sure you go watch that video. It's a bit mathematical. It's a bit of modeling. I take some time to build it out in a spreadsheet, but I think it's really worth a watch. So if you invest in Phantom or you're considering Phantom, make sure you watch that video before you do, because now the market's starting to cotton on. But months ago when we were making these videos and talking about Phantom, you could see it was a super undervalued project, and I continue to maintain that it's super undervalued for the same reasons as I share in that video. Okay, so this is just amazing. These are the clues that should give you confidence that once Bitcoin sorts itself out, you know which coins are going to explode, because when Bitcoin has its little move, you can see these firing across to the upside. So there you have it, guys. There is your update on Phantom. As always, if you appreciate this type of content, then smash up the like button and subscribe. If you want to see more videos like this, then please make sure you hit the subscribe button, hit the like button. Let me know in the comments that this is the type of content you want to see, because I know the markets can get tough. I know there could be different things on your mind. So let me know in the comments, what's on your mind? What do you need help with? What questions do you have? What would you like to see more of? Let's communicate. Let's build this community. Head over into the Discord. Link will be in the pinned comment, and engage with the community. Speak to people. Ask questions. As we're talking, Bitcoin is sitting at 36,663, trying to get to 37, which would be a great little milestone here today. But naturally, this is going to be a little hesitant today until we get the hearing tomorrow from Jerome Powell. As always, guys, thanks for watching this video. We'll see you in the next one.